back to the Off-Grid family. Today I'm starting a new series on metal etching. The reason being, I would like to... This was one of my first knives I ever got when looking into doing bushcraft. It's nothing special, it's quite a cheap little thing, well, big thing, but it was everything that I wanted. It was strong, you know, you can chop wood with it, or you can sharpen it to such a point you can do very intricate work. But it's looking quite worse for wear now. It, you know, all of the patterning's come off the blade in certain places. And what I'd like to do is I would like to etch the Off-Grid family written in here, and possibly a little logo, and possibly, I don't know, trees, leaves, fire, I don't know, I haven't decided yet. But what I've decided to do is try different etchant methods. I'm going to try to do an acid etchant, which I'll probably use ferric chloride because I've got some background in that. I know sort of what I'm doing. I've done videos on it in the past. I'm also going to do an electrolytic process, which involves salts, water and a voltage. I'm going to try that in a multitude of different ways to see which way works best. And also I might try etching with vinegar and a few other methods possibly. And basically I'm going to use some old knives, just literally cheap table knives, and I'm going to etch and do the same sort of etching in all of them, see which method works the best. Now this obviously won't help me know which one will etch best in this kind of metal. I don't know what type of metal it is, to be honest, but I'm just doing it to see which one's easiest for me to do, and then I can, you know, and most precise and, you know, safest and so on, and then I can go on to etching my knife properly. So I'm going to start off now with method 1, which is going to be etching in ferric chloride. But first off I need to cut out some bits and pieces, and I'm going to try a multitude of different ways to stop the etchant working. I'm going to try some electrical tape, I'm going to try some nail varnish, and I'm going to try some marker pen, and I'll try that on all of them so we can see which method works best with which barrier, and that way we'll hopefully come up with some sort of information we can use when etching the proper blade. Let's get on. Okay, so I'm going to do the same sort of thing on each of the knives. I've got 4 because so far I'm going to use ferric chloride, a saltwater solution, and I'm going to put it in the saltwater solution. This one I'm going to dab on with a cotton bud, and then this one I'm probably going to do vinegar etchant. I'm not entirely sure on what I'm doing on any of them yet really, but what I'll do is I will do the same thing. I will put a piece of electrical tape on each of them and cut a little shape out of it. I'll use a bit of CD writing marker pen on all of them in a certain, you know, a certain design. I'll do the same with a marker pen and with nail varnish, and I'll do that on all of them so that when I test them they'll all hopefully look similar, and that way we've got a decent line to look through and see which one's best for each thing. First of all I need to clean them up so that I haven't got all my dirty fingerprints all over them, so I need to find some acetone. Giving them a good clean with acetone first just ensures that you've not got any grease or anything on it that could potentially block the etchant. It shouldn't do, but it could do. So as I'm only doing the blades, it doesn't matter about the handles. I'm going to start by putting a strip of electrical tape on each one, around the same place. You don't have to be dead on. The reason I'm putting them on strips like this is because I'm touching it in a certain place and I don't want to have touched it anywhere. I want it to go on as sticky as possible. I'll cut it all down and make it all look beautiful in a sec. Okay, so now I'm just going to rub it as much as I can so it's stuck on there as tight as possible, and cut the excess off. Make sure you got a sharp knife for this. You don't want to leave any jaggedy bits, like when you cut out anything in this. If you leave it jaggedy, that's how it will come out when you've etched it. If the etching goes correctly, that is. I think I'm just going to do a simple triangle cutout. Okay, that's one. They don't have to be exact, as I say. I'll do them as close to the same size and same shape as possible. Okay, so that's that done. Now, I'm going to use this permanent marker. They're not... neither of these markers have got much left, but I'm going to do the best I can with what I got, like I always do. So I'm just going to draw a line across. That's that one. Now with this one. Okay, and now the CD writing pen. Then last, we're going to use the nail polish. So, mix it up. Now I'm hoping my wife doesn't get round to watching this one. She watches most of them, but I'll try and get her to avoid watching this one because she's at work and I sort of haven't asked her to borrow anything. But if you guys can just keep quiet about it, we should be alright. Now, because I've got the rest of the knife to play with, I'm just gonna do a little bit of, I don't know, flames. Should I try flames? Be a bit of fun, won't it? Right, some upside down flames. Oh, this is looking like flames straight away. No, I don't think this is good. I'll pretend I didn't say flames. Again, I'm trying to put the same amount on each of them. Right, we'll hide that in a sec. Okay, so there they all are. They're not exact, obviously, but they're the best I can do. I'm going to leave them to dry now, and then I will get the first lot of etching done. I'm not sure which one I'll etch yet, and what I'll do is I'll number them all so that we don't get lost in which one's been etched in what.